Hey guys, Colour from Colours Readings. I'm going to do a reading around twin flame light workers and sort of go from there. See what's coming up, see what we're working through at the moment, that kind of thing. So we are gonna do masculine, feminine. So masculine will be at the top. Let's see where this takes us. Yeah, freedom. Major soul searching going on at the moment. I'm getting that this is the masculine side of things, but either side could be feeling it, considering we are merging anyway. We have merged. Major soul like searching and I just feel like demonic kind of stuff, shadow stuff is really coming up at the moment. Cards are flying everywhere. Really coming up at the moment, to be faced and to be transmuted. And what's happening is it's leaving a whole load of kind of emptiness behind, and feelings of perhaps even not worthy, or I thought I knew what I was doing, but I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. I feel like the masculine's really wondering how the feminine's going, what's going on with them, if they're doing okay. It's almost like they're a little bit worried about the feminine, um, just wanting to know that they're okay and that kind of thing. That's probably going both ways as well. Yeah, both probably going both ways as well. Both sides are really wanting to know what's going on, how the other person's going, because stuff is a little bit murky at the moment, and there's a little bit of feeling lost and confused, or upset, feeling left out or left behind, that sort of stuff. And that's where this loneliness or this isolation is coming. But it's really pushing, pushing both sides to really face their fears and push through into the face of success, rather than kind of being left behind. It's well, are you going to walk through those doors, and are you going to see this change and want this change, and admire everything within yourself, for the good and the bad, wanting to make a change, and that's the real question at the moment. Are they wanting to make this change or not? And it's just really emotional. I just feel like there's a lot of tears going on here. All of a sudden I just feel like crying, um, out of nowhere, and I don't feel like it's mine necessarily. So a lot of confusion, a lot of fear, but more so being upset, or this feels like a grieving kind of energy, and it could be related to loved ones lost, but it could also be related to lost partnership as well. Um, wanting that collaboration and feeling like a loss, or like um, really emotional around the loss of partnership that's happened here. My whole throat is going really funny, and I just want to cry. So the advice for those that are feeling that way, take some time out in self-reflection, spend some time near the ocean, in the woods, in the forest, even in the back garden, and just spend some time realigning and thinking about what it is that you want to do. Everything is going to work out just fine. Everything's going to come together regardless of how it does. This connection is going to happen. If it's the masculine's feeling a little bit upset about, even the feminine feeling upset or not knowing how to bring this connection together, everything's going to be fine. It's all going to work out. I promise you. I promise you, it's all going to be fine, and it's all divine. It's all happening in divine timing. Just spend some time in quiet reflection, working out what it is that you want to do, one little thing at a time. That's all that it takes. That's all that it takes. The universe is completely supporting this relationship and this transition, and it's just a matter of stepping up and showing that you want this, to the universe, and the universe will go further. So you put, when you put yourself first and put your passion first and what you want first, the universe always goes further. So just to know that it is safe, you are safe to move forward, and everything will be okay. It is all divine. It's all part of the lessons. There's a lot of letting go here at the moment. So letting go of like the past, or letting go of past hurts. These kind of things is really coming up at the moment. So just shake it off, just let it go, just shake it off. Everything's going to be absolutely fine. Stay strong in who you are, stay grounded in who you are, and just work with what you've got. So if you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling sad, or you're feeling upset, just to like go spend some time outside, and reconnecting with yourself, or have a bit of a nap, or do something like that. Call your guides in, and just work through it one bit at a time. Sorry. The last couple of times I've sat down to do these readings, I haven't posted them because I felt so much confusion and so much heavy emotion that I really couldn't really progress with the reading. And they've changed so much, considering it's really dramatic because the energies have changed so much. And so it's interesting that I'm trying to do this reading now, and all of a sudden I just feel really overwhelmed with emotional and tears, and my throat's like really, really caught up. So maybe some beautiful meditation might be a nice idea, or doing some throat chakra clearing. You've got this, you know what you're doing. You're doing a lot of shifting in your dream state, and it's causing you to feel like a bit tired or aggravated, but there's also a lot of awareness coming through it. So you're having these dreams, you're being aware that like something, you are receiving strong messages in your dreams, and this is what's happening, and it's how it's moving you forward. And but it is causing this like lapse in sleep, or lapse in time, and sleep. So you must be traveling in your sleep and doing healing, and all this kind of thing in your sleep, and you're connecting to all your guides and everything like that. So just be present and be conscious of your dreams, and like when you wake up, just remembering what's happened, and using your discernment, using your gifts to tune into the dreams and to like understand what's happened and all that sort of stuff in order to help you go forward. Because it'll help with the confusion. Like you're getting clarity in your sleep. So don't try to like push anything or force anything that really isn't working for you. And maybe for some of you that you might be leaving like karmic relationships or something like that. And it's okay. Like everything's going to be okay. It's all going to work out. As long as you're following your heart, everything's going to work out. Spend some time in like quiet meditation, and also connecting to your guides, and like meditating on the things that you can do to achieve what you want. It could be like there's a fear around material needs, or it could be that you're considering like proposing, or you're considering moving forward in a material matter, and you're contemplating this like proposal, or you're trying to get the money together to do this engagement, or have this celebration that you're really wanting, for yourself, and for your partner. So I feel like for some of you, maybe that you're really thinking about stepping up and offering this higher level of commitment. But it's just a matter of like, this is a deep knowing for you. This is something that you know that you want to do. You're 100% like confident, and in your knowing that you want to do. Or it could be that it's a higher level of commitment, or it could be that it's falling away of an old commitment. Either way, it's something you definitely want to do. It's just that the fear, like trapped in fear, is a little bit holding you back. It's a little bit like still in this inner conflict, you're still in this like place of fear, or what's going to happen if I, conflict and defeat. What's going to happen if I don't get myself out of this situation, or what's going to happen if um, if I stay in this negative situation. I don't know what's going to happen to me, but I'm not going to be able to focus. I'm not going to be able to do these things that I want. But there's this like real fear that's keeping you trapped in the situation that you're in terms of like karmic relationships. So I'm not, this is like leading in from the masculine, but it's definitely happening within the feminine energy as well. Again, there's this merge. So I'm just giving the information, and anyone can pick what they are going through, and make sure whatever resonates with you. There's a real level of temptation coming in. It could be that you're like wanting to, it's either wanting to leave the relationship in terms of like stepping outside of this relationship. You're thinking about cheating, or you're feeling like you want out of this relationship because you need like another level of love, like you need someone else, you need to be happy, you're needing this like all this sexual desire. So it could be that you're thinking about entering like a marriage to, like you might be going into affairs or something like that, but it's something that's not 100% in alignment. It's like more of the passion, more of the temptation that's leading you forward. Um, but it could be this like wanting to leave this relationship could be what's going to lead you to really ultimately making this decision to get out of it in the first place. So if you're not happy in that relationship, it's just, and you are thinking about cheating or you're doing that already or whatever, that's just creating in terms of like more karmic kind of stuff. So just be cautious of like not falling into old patterns that have kept you like tied up, in the past, and it could be going back to old relationships that are not good for you anymore. Anything like that, like this is a real sexual desire. This is a real temptation to like have what you want. Yeah, have what you want. Like I deserve this. This is what I want. So if this is something that like is again entering like a relationship that's not in alignment, then just be wary of that, of not falling into past patterning or traps. But if this is like something that is, it could be positive that it's calling you towards your feminine, something like that, but just make sure it's all in alignment, it's coming from the right place. I do feel like I'm just getting triumph, rejoice, and celebration. Like there is a real load of success coming through for us. It's just that, it's just a matter of getting through this karmic stuff at the moment. I didn't even mean to say that. So, this shadow stuff at the moment. So, there is success. Okay, so around that karmic situation, there will be celebration, there will be triumph. It is the right thing to do if that's what you're thinking about it. If you're thinking about entering into a marriage, there is rejoice, celebration, triumph. If you were thinking about, I don't remember what I said, if you're thinking about entering into it, it is the right thing for you. You're on the right path. You are in alignment. If you're thinking about wanting to get out of it, you're also in alignment. You're also doing the right thing, okay? So it's just the fear that's holding you back of like not wanting to sort of move forward, of not knowing how to move forward, okay? So on the other side of things, on the flip side of things, there's a real like challenge going on in terms of like, I feel like it's a challenge because one side is really perhaps sort of struggling and the other side is really strong and really feeling this strength and really feeling this like strength in the connection, really knowing what's happening, really understanding what's happening, really accepting what's happening, like perhaps trying to speed things up, really wanting things to speed up. They're really wanting to see this like ultimate marriage, this ultimate goal, um, which they will get. They're focusing on the positive, on the things that they can get. They're trying to focus on the manifestation, on the magical side of things, and on really making things happen in a really positive way. Um, and so that's the balance between the two. It's just about conquering this like untrusting kind of environment, this unhappiness, this like fear or sadness. And it's about flipping it and using your abilities to create the magic that you want in your life. Because just because you're in a place of fear at the moment, it doesn't mean that you can't come out of that and change your perception to see that like, hey, I am everything that I want. I can be everything that I want. The divine feminine's just, I mean, the masculine's just looking at the feminine like, fuck, she's got everything. She knows what she's doing. She's happy. She's sorted out. She's looking like this shining bloody priestess thing to him. So and vice versa if you're feeling like, I'm saying him, her, masculine, feminine, whatever that means to you. So um, they're really looking at that counterpart and seeing the strength within that counterpart. The feminine really is carrying the masculine forward now because they do know what they're doing. They are using their strength. So for those that are awakened, whether you are feminine or masculine, like keep strong and stay within, use your wizard, use the wizard, and stay strong within yourself. Like keep manifesting what you want, keep working towards what you want. We have got the new moon coming up, so it's time to manifest. It's time to create the desires that you want and create this abundance. And now's a really potent time in terms of energy, and some of it feels a bit yucky and a little bit sticky, but some of it's like, for me, I'm finding there's little like loopholes where there's little portals of energy bursting through, and I'm using those portals and those energy bursts to carry me in the right direction. I've tried to do reading several times this week and I haven't felt okay about doing it, but today I have, so I've flowed on with it. Can you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're not feeling comfortable with where you are, then move somewhere else or go for a walk or do something to shift that energy out, or just leave it behind altogether because it's not helping to get anywhere. Um, so really use those again for the awakened one within this connection. Um, choose to be that strength. Carry that, use that balance, carry that balance forward, and use that masculine energy to get going when you need to get going, and use that flow to flow when things aren't going okay. Just keep going with the flow, riding the wave, but doing things at exactly the same time, and try to stay on top of it in terms of positivity, in terms of happiness, in terms of joy, and carry forth your counterpart that perhaps isn't doing so well at this time. And again, really important to keep manifesting and keep things moving forward where you can, because you have the power. You've had all this time learning how to manifest, how to like enjoy your life, how to balance things out and all that kind of thing. So now's the time to really put that into play. Things are really going to move forward quite suddenly at one stage. I'm not sure when, but things are going to move forward quite suddenly. There's going to be another loophole of like um, another portal of twins coming into union, coming together, which is due. And I'm feeling November sometime. It could be around the full moon, but I'm just feeling, October, November, later in the month though. If it's October, it's a little bit later in the month, but this is dreams coming true. I'm literally hearing dreams coming true. Um, Knowing who you are, like working towards what you want, having things in place, having, stable things in place, working through each thing one at a time, and getting to the place that you want to get to in order to come into divine partnership, into divine union, divine happiness. Again, I say like there's going to be unions coming through this month, and it could be just within yourself, but it does feel like this is a physical union that's coming through. So it is happening. It's all going to be fine. It's just like, so what I'm getting is this is the third week of October here that's coming up, going into November. So the first, I've got here the first week coming up that we're already in and moving through. And then there's this week 2, and then this is going into week 3, moving into November. So many shifts, and feeling like much more comfortable with who you are. Don't forget, we've gone into this whole new energy with Venus going into retrograde, which is like really causing like, it hurts a little bit. It does hurt a little bit because it's such a strong energy and it's such a seductive sort of energy. So it's like pulling us, a little bit, dragging us along the floor a little bit. So it's just a matter of getting used to that energy. Like I said, doing things when you need to, but not going too fast, not going too slow, going with the flow. That's perfect timing to be learning to come into balance with your emotions and not trying to push things when they aren't working. But we will get used to this energy, and we're going to learn how to work with it instead of like against it. which is what we're currently feeling at the moment, feeling like sort of coming into balance with it, coming into understanding on how to use it, and accepting what's going on. And then, yeah, like the second week here is really more so about manifestation, which is interesting because the second week is going to be the new moon. This week coming up is the new moon. So I'm going to do another one for the fourth week of November. That's an interesting way that it's coming out. So if it's weak, yeah, manifesting, making your dreams come true, planting the seeds, like looking towards union and seeing what it is that you want, and then, seeing the results of your manifestation, believing in it as well, believing in it, embodying it. You will feel that once you try to manifest this, you will feel the shifts taking place like immediately. It's just going to be a shift it'll be either a shift in mindset or some physical manifestation that will come through for you. Yeah, looking into the cards. I love this card because she's looking at the cards, and all the cards on the table that are the ones in the deck. It's the same pictures. It's cool. Well, I think it's cool anyway. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. Right. So, okay. So coming into end of like October through, it really feels a strong November energy here. So I'm just going to give it to you with, we did week 4 of October, but I'm going to give it to you with November too. So like completion, like moving on to the next stage. This is completion. This is like achievement. This is feeling satisfied, having self-recognition, some sort of recognition. I think Jupiter's gone direct, if I'm not mistaken, not long ago. There's a key there for any of you that know astrology. But feeling like recognized, feeling accomplished, feeling like the burden has lifted, but not so much like you've lifted out of the burden, if that makes sense. So you've lifted to a new level of like strength, and you're feeling like you've got this, and it doesn't matter what comes your way, you've got the ability to, you're on top of it. You're on top of the world, like you're on top of your shit. So this is like really, really hardcore manifesting what you want. But yeah. Okay. So making sure to stay on top of what you want, making sure to evaluate everything carefully, not moving too fast, but going with the flow at the same time, so not being in fear either. Just all these things that we're coming into balance with. So everything's going to be okay. Keep looking up, chin up, chin up, chin up, chin up. Smile. Everything's going to be okay. And it might be time to speak up about what you're feeling, or even if it's just to a friend or a family member or something, just speak up and talk to them about how you're feeling. So whether you're feeling this within the relationship, or you're feeling this within your twin connection, and you are not yet ready to reach out to your twin or whatever, but you need to talk about it, then reach out to your family members, reach out to your friends, reach out to someone that you can speak to, or just speak. Just sit there and speak. Speak to God, speak to the angels, speak, and allow this energy to like transmute, allow it out of your body, because if you allow this pain to sort of sit within your body, it's going to be very hard to move forward. Or just even writing or singing, or do something to shift this sadness out of your body. Everything's going to be okay. We're just going through this shadow work at the moment and learning to get ourselves out of it, and learning to create. There's a creation at the end of this. There's last card here of the end of October is creation. It's like a death, a rebirth, more so. I feel like this might be a rebirth this whole month here, transition. But the very last card I've just placed here is rebirth, like death and rebirth. So this month, like by the end of this month, it's like it's done and dusted, and gone kind of thing. And things are going to work out in the end, but it's the positive thoughts. It's interesting because these birds, so you might be getting signs or synchronicities in the way of birds. It might be important to connect into the fairies or anything, because the first card, actually, yeah, there's 3 cards here in this bottom row that have the birds in them. I keep saying birds, but they could be like unicorns, fairies. They actually are fairies. And I'll just show you dragonflies. So it's using the magic within. There's a rebirth of the magic. This is using magic to create a rebirth, to create a new start, and plant new seeds from the old, and being happy and content with who you are and what you have in life. Yeah, being happy and content with you and loving yourself, and knowing that you're worthy, and knowing that you are special and you are amazing, and you deserve this new beginning, you deserve this joy, you deserve this happiness. Wow, it's a heavy reading, this one. So keep being the warriors that you are, and reach out to your soul tribe if you need help. And just know that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to move forward quite swiftly. Just got to get through this one thing at a time. But there is a union. There is a want here for this union. It's coming, and it's definitely a shared desire between both sides. It's just that possibly one side's feeling better than the other. So it could be emotionally better, but it also could be like not feeling like worthy of having this union. So that might be some area to do some work on, because we know that's not true. Okay. So one thing that came up last night was being deserving of deserving of happiness, and I just want to quickly go into that now to make sure that I bring it up for others to acknowledge as well. And so it was around being worthy of happiness, not feeling worthy of happiness. Okay, it's not something that for myself that I realized was an issue at all until last night. So that might be something to work on. So knowing that you are worthy, knowing that you are desirable, and you do deserve this happiness. We are here to hold the light, and we are here to anchor in this light for so many people, and for each other. And we will do that. And we are amazing, we are strong, and we will do that. But you just need to make sure that that happiness is there for yourself as well, because this is your life, this is your world. Like you are here in this lifetime for your soul development, to experience joy, to experience happiness, to experience all these things. And to say that you're not, to realize, or to say that you're not deserving of happiness, or being, it's not true. It's not true. So it's just important, staying in your truth, being happy, being wise, being truthful, and being free as well. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. If you would like a twin flame reading, or a healing, or any type of reading or healing, please feel free to reach out. So it's info@carlsreadings.com.au, or you can go straight to my website at carlsreadings.com.au. I also do candles which work with your higher self, and calling through beautiful energies, and it just works with whatever you need at the time that you're lighting it. They've got really beautiful energies. I've had really good feedback on them, so I'm putting it out there now on the internet. So if you like one of them, I just need your name and what colour you'd like. I have got posted them on Facebook, so I've got black, red, amber, or white for the jars. The white ones here. Yeah, so if you're interested in them, let me know. Other than that, I have a full moon ceremony coming up and a chain of hearts ceremony coming up. Full moon's on the 23rd, I think, and the chain of hearts is a full day workshop on the 4th of November. So if you're interested in any of that, let me know. And otherwise, take care, take it easy, and please smile.